What's up, party people, and welcome back to another episode of Dance Specific Talks. I'm your host, T-Zer.
And what's up, everybody? I am Coach Sebastian, and we are super excited for another episode of Dance Specific Talks. Pop, pop, pop,
Pop,
pop.
pop, pop, pop.
Speaking of, let me start. I'm listening to Vibes Cartel interview on Drink Champs. I'm 1 hour in. It's 3.5 hours, and I am planning on listening to all of it today.
Wow, listen,
it's awesome.
so funny because so 2 days ago I was on Usher's concert and it was amazing. First of all, he sounds exactly the way he sings, like the whole concert. He dances the whole concert, and it's like he is exactly like he was when he was like 20, in his 20s, and he's what, 50 or something now. And then my girls asked me, what is the number one artist you want to see next? And I was like, Vibes Cartel.
Vibes. Yeah, for sure.
I would love to see Vibes Cartel because it's just, what does Vibes Cartel mean for you, first of all?
For me, Cartel is the king of dancehall. For me, he's the original, not the original, but he's the king of dancehall for sure. Nobody is as on top of it all as he is. And I've been a Vibes fan for 20 years, 24 years, something like that. 23, 24 years. And so I listened to all the old war songs and War Angel songs, and I remember when he launched his sneaker. I remember when they dropped Clarks. I remember, the clash, the Sting clash with Movado. Like I remember watching that just the day after, and getting like CD like burnt CDs from my uncle that he brought from London, with just mixtapes and Cash Money mixtapes. And I'm a super fan. I think he's such an iconic person for the culture.
100%. Like, it's insane because the first time I was in Jamaica, we drove past the jail that he just got in. Like, I was there 10 years. The first time was 2014. So it must have been just right after basically he got in, maybe a year or two. And the guy who was driving me at that time, he was like, there's people outside this jail saying "Free World Boss" every day. Like, that's how big he is. Because what people don't understand is like, well, maybe people understand it, but for people who don't know dancehall, like, government support is not, it's not a big thing. It is the quote unquote gangsters who runs neighborhoods that are providing whatever that neighborhood has. So it is definitely a high risk to be in an area where you have gangs. However, the gang leaders are also providing sometimes reparations of schools and this and that. And I'm not sure how much Vibes Cartel was involved in it, but we all know that it was not a lot of people that was happy when he went in. What was it that he went in for, even? Like,
they caught him on weed, if I remember correctly. They caught him on weed, illegal possession of weed, and then he got in for murder and gun violation.
yeah, I think I think that they caught him for ordering 3 types of murders or something. Like, maybe he didn't do it himself, but it was like, so I mean, there's obviously been this feeling of like, do you support this person out of ethical reasons? But this man has constantly released songs.
I don't know.
From
I wasn't there, you know.
This man has constantly been releasing songs, having actors play his part in music videos. So we have seen the music videos with Vibes Cartel's music and songs. And I just remember, as like a young 17-year-old, going out, and my favorite song was the Ramping Shop with with Vibes
Okay.
Cartel and Spice, and my
Classic.
friend who was also gay at this time sang along in all these very homophobic lyrics, and we just had the best time to Vibes Cartel. It was just the best book down time ever.
Awesome. Yeah, I
Ah.
remember like what you did you do have you heard what they're saying? They're saying that Cartel is gonna be on the say what you want about DJ Khaled, but goddamn, he's dropping some fire ass dancehall tracks on every album. There's one insanely heavy track on every album, and now he's doing one with Cartel.
Oh my God.
Yes, for his up and coming album.
Imagine also being a Cartel fan, being a music producer, and then
Ooh.
he comes out so that you can make music. Also, his like performance in Brooklyn, where like every one of these artists, like I also remember one of the times I was in Jamaica in Uptub Monday, which is the Monday street party. I saw Busta Rhymes in this party because he was there to support Vibes Cartel on his trial.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was so cool to see now Busta Rhymes on stage with Vibes,
Super.
knowing that he has for damn sure been supporting this man
They
throughout.
said that Cartel had a 12-day trial and Busta Rhymes went to 11 of the days.
Yeah.
And the only reason he didn't went to the 12th one was because he got blocked. Because they knew he was gonna go to jail and that Busta would lose his shit. So he wasn't allowed to
Oh,
get into court. Is what they're saying in the podcast with the Drink Champs.
okay. I need to see it.
Anyway, speaking about dancehall, so I'm running over my hard drive. I've always been a hoarder of memories when it comes to photos and pictures, and unfortunately, I lost my access to my Facebook. So my old Facebook got deleted, which is really sad because there's a lot of videos and photos that people have taken of you on stage and 16 years ago that are like they're gone. I'm
Mm.
trying to I'm gonna sit down one day and just like go through all of my old friends, like all of my old crewmates, Appy, Brian, and just like go through all of their photos to see if I can find photos of me that I've lost. But I have had insane amount of recordings, and I'm always backing up my phones to hard drives and different things like this. And I randomly came across this thing, so I think we're gonna watch it together, and then
Oh
and
my
then we can
God.
talk about it.
Let
Would
me
you?
grab my coffee for this one.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Oh my God. What am I gonna watch? Oh, no way. I have never seen this video.
You never seen this video?
I've never seen the video. This is when I pull my hamstring.
This is T-Zer. T-Zer to the right.
Yo, DJ Cat, run the rhythm, man. Let's go there, let's go there.
Amazon crew there.
What is it? Big yellow man, and them men are hot.
Hey.
No way.
Now we are bubble like so. Yeah, they for sure.
Ay.
To the core. What we say, street star, make some noise over there. What's up, no? What's up? My girls,
I'm getting chills. Look at the hips. Toma.
Wind up the thing, me I go wind up the thing. Back up the thing, me I go back up the
Hey,
thing. Miss
hey.
Welly, I made that on the thing.
Oh yeah, Boston. Here we go.
Flip, spin.
Make some noise for me now.
Make some noise for me now.
And then the robe. The robe.
So we are the only king, dog. Don't pack a production. Big up Twine System.
Oh, my battle
Everybody.
partner.
Big up Don Parker in the background. I tell you.
Billy go burning for you. One get a little love
Let me see this clip.
enjoyment. Scooby-Doo.
Oh, DJ
What
Pato
I
the
don't
best.
tell you that too. All
Here we
I
go.
say it and even do. One say texting got to. Hype like me like no food.
Vibes the match.
And when y'all bring me for me
DJ Pato in the background. Get it.
For me get on, lighted like me, oh, to Jamaica, they like it better. Someone try check me, Kevin already, well, only one man.
So when people ask if I'm a full-out dancer, this is where it comes from.
What did you say?
When people say that I'm a full-out dancer, this is where it comes
The
from.
Dougie in the end.
Oh my God. From what year is this? I've never seen this video.
This is from 2013. Crazy, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's 12 years ago. I
Yeah,
can't
well, yeah.
believe you had this.
Yeah. I was there. As I said, I had so much shit. I have so much
Oh,
things. I have so
oh
much things on my hard drive.
my,
Yeah.
oh my God. It makes me want to watch that Mr. Raleigh video, music video where we're both in.
Which
Do
one?
you
I mean,
remember that? Well, it was like with the first time you met Mally, remember?
yeah, in the yeah.
Just on
I
the
don't even,
street, we
I
were
don't
just
even
like,
remember that song. What's the name of the song?
nah, I don't remember. I don't
Oh, okay.
remember
Let's
either.
see if we find it for next. See if we find it for next week.
Lol, that is wow. Thank
Lol.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for that
You're,
throwback. I
you're
never
welcome.
thought
You're
I was gonna
welcome.
see that show. So basically, I've only had one injury in my life. That is a very, I feel very proud of myself. However, this show right there, that's where I injured myself.
Oh,
Because the
is it?
last move is a jump to a split and ending pose. And I just remember sitting in this ending pose while the audience were clapping. And I was
Yeah.
like, there's something warm leaking in the back of my leg. And I was like, what is that warm feeling? It was like, I almost felt like I peed myself. And then I got up and I was like, oh, it's my hamstring. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, but I feel fine. I feel fine. And at that time, one of my best friends was Cami, and a really amazing dancer that lives in Stockholm. And I told her, I was like, yo, I feel like this warm sensation in the back of my leg. And she's like, oh my God, you ripped your hamstring.
You
And
ripped your.
I was like, no, but I can still walk, you know? She's like, it's bleeding. That's what you're feeling. I need to wrap your leg right
Whoa.
now. We need to go home right now. And I was like, I'm
Whoa.
fine. I just want to cipher a little bit. And she took her own sweater and she wrapped it tight around my leg. And by the time we got home, I could barely walk. And because she was
Dang.
a contemporary trained dancer, she knew what to do. She's like, lay the fuck down. And then she basically just rubbed my leg with Tiger Balm and a hair dryer to make it hot. And then she put frozen bacon until I almost had like cold freeze sores and then back at it. Tiger Balm, heat, cold, heat, cold. The next day, I tell you, I could barely walk and I knew we were having the same show on the bigger final 2 days later.
Hey.
I did the whole show jumping on the other leg. Basically, just doing exactly the same choreo, just jumping the split jump in the end on the other leg. Yeah.
Ay.
It
Yeah.
took me a few months to recover,
Months.
but since then I never done like a split jump again because I was
Fuck,
like,
that
I
ain't
don't
it.
want to risk it. I
That
don't want
ain't
to risk
it.
it.
This ain't it. This ain't for me.
But yeah, thankfully I had her there because like would have not known what to do
Who
with
is
it,
it?
and I
Who's your
probably
friend?
would.
Who was your friend?
You remember Camilla Hedfors?
Of
Cami?
course.
Yeah,
Damn, long time
yeah,
ago.
a
Throwback.
long time ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that yeah, so I'm very grateful. She really helped me out back then,
That's
and
awesome.
a few months later I was recovered. Thank God,
Yeah.
and I've never had an injury since like that. So.
Damn. Yeah, you
But yeah, this
see?
is crazy to see this
Fucking
Street
cool, huh?
Star. Big up Street Star,
Big up
man.
Street Star. Shout out to Street Star.
It was the best event of the year. I just remember us going there, like us meeting there. I remember you in the
Yeah.
queue once you had hair back in the days. I remember meeting you, and it was always like in February, so there was always like minus degrees outside in Sweden, and we were just in these long queues trying to get in, and we knew that this was the weekend of the year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So much things, and like you slept in. I slept in gym halls. Like went on like a cheap bus that some dance school organized. Like if it was from Norway or if it was from Sweden, and you slept in gym halls with just like fucking crazy ass Polish b-boys. Like I remember so clearly. We're in a gym hall. All of us are there, gazillion people, and this is 2009, I believe, 9 or 2010. I go to Street Star first time. And we sleep in a gym hall. I go to bed, and there is a guy doing head spins. This is a Polish b-boy doing head spins. I wake up, he's still doing head spins. Like motherfucker been practicing head spins all night, literally. Head spins. Like,
How's your head doing? You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, like crazy.
Talk.
I remember it so clearly. I remember it so clearly. Slept in June. I moved to Australia straight after that also. So I broke up
Oh
with my, not broke up, but
yeah.
like I separated now from my ex-girlfriend Ina at that
Mm.
time.
I remember
She
you
went,
were with Ina
yeah,
there at
so it
that
was really, it was
queue.
such an iconic moment. It's like I hug her, she goes on the bus, goes back to Sweden, or goes back to Gothenburg. I'm gonna move to Australia. When am I coming back?
Oh,
Nobody knows. Everyone, the
nobody
whole Twisted is
knows.
there.
That's crazy. I remember seeing Twisted Kids or yeah, like that performance there when
Yeah.
Alina,
Aline.
Alin.
Aline.
She was one of the dancers.
And my mom was
Salem.
one of the dancers.
Oh yeah, your mom was one of the dancers, and I
Yeah, my mom
remember.
won. My mom is Swedish champion in hip hop. Ask about this.
I love that. It was a perfect that performance with the parents outdoing the younger people in hip hop.
Mm.
That was such a like new idea, new thought about like hip hop being for all generations. And I remember in that
Mm.
moment seeing that show that I said to myself, I'm gonna live in Gothenburg one day. And
Okay.
then I moved to Copenhagen, Malmö, Copenhagen to do my flow dance academy. So the the hip hop education that I did.
Mm.
And I started meeting Ashkan and Sasha from Gothenburg. Shout out to the Battleheads. Ashkan Sasha was all the time in every battle. And even in
Uh,
Copenhagen, in Denmark, they would turn up and I would be the only other Swedish person there. So they would start feeling like, where you used to be in this little Norrköping, like this little town with your crew, like now you're here, what's happening? And I just remembered them knowing who I was and always feeling that the Gothenburg people were so much more friendlier than the Stockholm people. The Stockholm people
yeah.
didn't know who you were if you were not
Capital
somebody
shit. Yeah.
who basically were like the best in a battle, even though you met them multiple times, right?
Yeah.
But then I just remember like after seeing Twisted Feet and the show there, and then meeting Ashkan and Sasha all the time at these battles, I was like, it's Gothenburg. So that's why I moved to Gothenburg
Yay.
for that part of the culture being like I
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
like Gothenburg was more real hip hop and Stockholm had turned into this commercial kind of LA styles as we called it
Interesting.
back then. Yeah. So that was like yeah, basically the reason.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember so much from that time. I remember
Hmm.
so much from that time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, cool.
Cool, cool. Well, it
Yeah.
was also really funny talking about old times because I went to this Usher concert. I was so hyped yesterday because I had just seen him and I went to the University for the Arts, which I'm
Mm.
teaching at here in Amsterdam. And I just had this morning class at 9 a.m. I just got from the concert the night before, coming in all excited. And I was like, how y'all feeling? They're around 20 years old, all of them. And I was like, anyone needs a warm up stretch? Because I definitely do. Because guess what I was yesterday? And they were like, no, where were you? And I was like, I saw Usher. And there was no sound, blank faces. And I was like, no, no, no. Like, I think you misunderstood. Like, I saw Usher and there was no replies. And I was like, no, no, no. Like, you
The
will
Usher.
always be my boo. Or, yeah, yeah. And then I was like, you remind me of a girl that blank. I just sang my heart out, three different
Fucking
hits.
assholes.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, maybe no, no,
No,
doesn't ring a
no.
bell."
Let's ring a bell.
I felt so like I. That's when I realized that it's 15-year difference almost between us, and obviously they have another perception of the world. If you don't
Yeah.
know who Usher is, that means you definitely don't know anything about the music that I grew up
You
with
have
and
no
that I
idea.
find still being youth culture. I think that that's also the thing I need to get over. This era of R&B early 2000s is not youth culture anymore.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is not
Take your fucking
it's
old
not a
ass away
cool
from.
this is not a cool era anymore. It's
Ah, of course. It's
retro.
cool. It's cool, but it's old. It's cool, but it's retro.
What? Like when you saw the show of Usher, the moves, everything, like the outfits, the glitter, the roller skates, like all of it, I was like, this is how it's supposed to be. And they don't even know. They don't even know. 20,000 people were in that stadium knowing every song. They have no idea. One generation too late.
That says a lot about just, I always think about that when people say like I want to leave a legacy, like I want to leave a legacy. It's like, hey, like not even, you could argue. I read this it was such a fun thing about exactly just legacy. It's like the obsession of legacy. It's like, Queen Elizabeth, right? It's like we all do. It's like, yeah, she's arguably the last generation or the last person from that monarchy, right? That bitch fucking had colonies all over Africa. She comes from a bloodline of just, like imperialists. Yeah, she's been dead for many years now, and none of us have thought about her until I basically mentioned it right now. That's how little significance she has in our lives. And she is Queen Elizabeth of England. You
Yeah.
know,
And we
she's
obviously know about her, but the
but
kids
you
won't
haven't
know.
thought. Yeah, but the point is just like you haven't thought about her, right? So it's
No.
just like legacy, legacy, legacy. It's like what legacy? Like Usher is 50. He's one generation ago. He's dropping bombs now. It's not that he's not
Yeah.
releasing. He's still releasing tracks, but like yeah, 20-year-olds have no, and they are dancers. It's not like you went to fucking nerds in the lab. No, you went to dancers. That has like a musical interest and you know.
No.
Eh,
No
no.
idea.
There you go.
So I forced them to warm up only to Usher songs as a punishment. And they were like, "You're gonna put on another Usher song?" I was like, "Damn right. Now you're gonna hear Confession. Now you're gonna Let
Nice.
It Burn. Now you're gonna
Let
like
it
it was so
burn.
yeah. Oh, when we were all singing that in the stadium and the drama and the fire in the background was so good. Yeah, no, but it's just interesting how
Who did you go with?
how
Who did you go with? Who did you go with?
oh I went with my friend Bookie
Not
and
ugly.
oh my God, we need to bring her back on this podcast. She was my
I would, yeah.
first,
I would love
one
to.
of
I
the
would love to.
first.
I was the
Um,
first. Calm down. I was the
sorry,
first.
sorry, sorry. She was like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second.
yeah. That's okay.
But also my other two really good friends, Fleur and Selma.
Fleur is not ugly neither.
None of them are ugly, and
I
I'm
don't know,
also not
Selma.
ugly.
I'm not
Shut up
saying.
now.
I'm not saying no one is. I'm saying that
I'm
they are not
just
ugly. I
saying.
didn't say anything else.
I'm just saying, just be inclusive, man. Okay,
Okay. Sorry.
don't
Sorry.
leave the white girl out here
You're my friend.
in
You're
the
my friend.
cold.
You're my
Yeah,
friend.
but we're just I only have good looking friends apparently. Like
I'm
that's
not
how it is.
complaining. I'm not complaining about
Um.
it.
Anyway, moving on. Um. Another thing that was just so funny was that the Sunday I went to an R&B party and same thing there. Everyone is in my age group and up, and there is nothing better but to go to an afternoon R&B club on a Sunday where
Fuck
it
yeah.
stops at 7:30 and you go and have dinner afterwards. Oh, it's the best thing ever. You party from 4 and the club is full and people are singing like it's 2
Super
a.m.
dope.
No, it's 4 in the afternoon. When you go out at 7:30, it's still light outside. And you've just been like using the best of your day energy. Now you're filling up with some food, and then you go home and it's not even 10.
I
It's
love
amazing.
it. I
It's
love it. I love it.
amazing.
I love it. And imagine that this generation, when they do what you just did, right? You did throwback music. They're gonna go and do TikTok songs. They're gonna go and do TikTok dances. That's gonna be really interesting. Be really, really interesting. I think it's gonna be dope though. If everybody knows, like, you remember this choreo? They all do the same choreo to like fucking.
But it's also funny because like I just realized that I have no idea what they are listening to. Like, because I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know what are the 20-year-olds listening to. Because everything I listen to is all like it can be remixes, but it's mostly remixes of the songs I used to listen to, you
Yeah, that's
know?
it. That's it.
So, or Afrobeats. Afrobeats is new, but
Yeah.
Amapiano is new, so that I know. But like the other ones, I'm talking about maybe what does the regular 20-year-old listen to. Don't know.
In Cape Verde, we listen to Cape Verde music. That's all I know. And Brazilian shit. That's all I know. That's all I know. I have no idea what's going on in Europe. For any European 20-year-old, no idea. No idea. I did a podcast the other day with one of Cape Verde's biggest artists. His name is MC Acondice, and he's 27, 26, prala, 26, 28, some shit like that.
Ooh.
And he's like, hey, like he don't drink, he don't smoke, but he's doing like party music. Super cool. Won Cape Verde Music Award several times, done music with Nelson Freitas, all that good stuff. So we're sitting, we're having a podcast. And he's like, bro, like I'm like, you can't do the same shit when you're like 20, 36. I'm like, what? He's like, bro, I can't do what I do now when I'm 36. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm 34. Like, fuck you talking about? Like, I can do what you can do. You cannot do what I can do. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, yes, but bro, like 30, 37, like you're old. I'm like, motherfucker, like, yeah, sure. Like, it's age, you know what I mean? Like, I'm aware of my age. Like, I love my age. Don't worry about it. But don't bring like, oh, you cannot do that. I get what the fuck you talking about? I can do things you can dream about.
So did he get a new perspective on it?
Fuck no. Fuck no. He didn't give a shit. He didn't give a shit.
Whoa, he just roasted your old ass. Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, like I'd smoke him, That's the thing.
But
I'll fuck with you. I love him. It was a super good podcast. MC Akonde is fucking awesome. He's a super
What
cool
did you
dude.
talk
I really
about?
like him. Just inspiration. Like he's a super hard worker, and it's very rare in general in Cape Verde to find men that are not drinking and not smoking, and you're an artist doing all of that. And he's from Ghetto. I think there were nine siblings, nine siblings, I believe. He's number 5. No father, and then just his upbringing, music. His mom, superwoman, just had him work early and all of that stuff. So it was super inspiring.
How do you do that? 9 kids, no father?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah, Cape Verdean women, that's what I say.
That is
different.
Crazy.
Yeah, our Cape Verdean women, they're different. Don't fuck with them.
Crazy.
Yeah, big up Creola.
Yeah, big up Creola, especially the ones over 35. And the young ones, too much of a threat. But it's okay.
Shout out to all the young Creolas also. Shout out to every Creole on the planet, from 0 years old to 100 plus, whatever.
Now I gotta give it to them. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go there when you're 6 months pregnant with your man and you're not feeling like you're the sexiest person in the club. You go there when you are in great shape.
That's your
and
fault.
you can battle down these Creolas. That's when I would go back. Okay.
Hey, that's if that's how you like your tea. That's how you like your tea. It's to each their own. I recommend Cape Verde and Creoles to everyone.
No, you can go and hike if you're pregnant, like I was when you went. You go hike. You go remote, island, nature. Yeah, you don't meet young, super bikini going to the club Creolas. You don't do that. You don't do that to yourself.
It's gonna miss. Beauty is a strong currency in Cape Verde. It's a strong currency.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm really glad to be Cape Verdean. Let's just say it like that. I'm very grateful.
I'm sure
could have been like coming from like, I don't know, like Uzbekistan or some shit, like Kazakhstan. Like now Cape Verde. Shout out to Uzbek though. I don't even know those people. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's leave Cape Verde out of this conversation.
I just want to say that I have on Friday, I have a workshop. I'm headlining. Kiss Meetup Friday parties. It's a once in a month party. And this is a very special edition because the biggest national holiday in the Netherlands is King's Day. King's Day is when everyone dresses in orange and it becomes a feast where people are like docking the boats throughout the canal so you can walk on the boats. You can't drive, you can't bike. There's just parties and speakers and everyone is in orange celebrating their country. Why would you think? Because the Netherlands doesn't have orange in their flag? Well, it comes from their king used to be called like Wilhelm de Oranje. And because their colors of their flag, white, blue, and red, is in like all flags, France, whatever. And so they have adopted the orange as their national color, and everyone
I
dressed in orange. Everything's orange, flags are orange, and like people put speakers out their windows on balconies, and people are DJing from their homes. It's really cool.
fuck yeah.
Anyway, we're turning. So the night before King's Day is the King's Night. People go out and you party for like 24 hours.
Let's fucking
And
go.
on King's Night, so on Friday, we're turning King's Night into Queen's Night. And I'm headlining a all-female Queens only Kizomba event. Female DJs. I'm bringing my girl Sachi booking Danielle to do a show with me, and I'm just very excited for tomorrow.
Couldn't
So
even couldn't keep the traditions. It's like couldn't keep the traditions.
no, hey, the traditions. It's just that it calls King's Night. Okay, so. Anyway, all that to say, I'm very excited, and obviously
That's
I picked a
awesome.
song that is like
That's
super
beautiful.
woman empowerment. However, it's also a remix of Batman Forward, Batman Pull Up. So it's gonna be
Hey,
very interesting
watch King dance at the Batman pool.
to do a lady styling choreo on
That's
it.
awesome.
I'm very
That's awesome.
excited.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Congrats. And how does it work when it's only female DJs and it's you social dance after with girls on girls?
Oh yeah. Like there's a lot of, obviously men coming, but like the workshop is only for ladies, and it's just that the lineup is all female. However, I mean, there's a full party going on, and they always have a limited ticket. So like you cannot get in on like you need to buy a follower ticket if you're a woman that only follows. And they only have like they balance out the ratio in the ticket
Okay,
system.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty dope though.
Just so I'm very excited. Very excited. And I have a lot to rehearse because we haven't done this show since November. And it's
Nice.
time for me to learn it again.
That's awesome. That's
tomorrow.
awesome. It's the one with the different signs, right? The earth, wind, earth, wind,
Yes.
and all that good stuff.
The elements. The
Elements.
elements.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Queen's
Yeah.
Night.
Queen's Night. So I'm very excited. I hope a lot of people are gonna show up and turn up. And yeah, so that's what's coming on for me this week. And at the same time, I also have some more intake calls for my retreat. Do you want to
Ooh,
see where we're going?
please,
I
please,
would like to
please,
show you.
please
Let's
share.
see if
Please
I
share.
can share sound as well. So, do you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I can play it. Play here.
That's awesome. That's super dope.
Right?
That's so cool. What's up?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice logo, by the way. Also, I saw it. That location
Ah,
looked sick.
right? It's in the middle of a
Yes.
forest, like a protected forest. And the people who has
Ooh.
created this retreat center, they are forest gardeners. So it's really cool because all the
Nice.
profits that are going to for me to book this venue, all of it goes to like taking care of the nature. They grow their own vegetables. You
That's
sleep
awesome.
in glamping tents, and we're gonna do a video shoot in nature. And
Mm.
it's the first time I organize video shoots in nature, so I'm very excited to bring it back to Mother Earth. And I know it sounds very hippie and very spiritual, but there is something
But you
about
are.
just
But you
disconnecting
are.
from your phone.
But you
And
are.
my really good friend Claudia, who is a digital nomad and a holistic health and mindset coach, she's also coming, and she's really good with teaching like unblocking mindset, teaching like how to call in more abundance. And then obviously I'm going to teach dancing and embodiment and all of that. And we're going to have like a fire ceremony. And for people who are interested in like plant medicine, we're going to offer options for that as well. So I'm very excited.
Let's go. Shout out to the liberal
Yeah.
laws in Holland.
Yeah, I do. I do think it's nice that people have the choice to do what they want, you know.
Let's
It's
go.
so yeah, I'm very excited, and I have an intake call after this interview, so I'm really excited to see which women feel called to this type of
Nice.
experience.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, congratulations. When are you coming to Cape Verde? When we're doing this in Cape Verde? Come
Yeah,
on,
but I want to try it first in the Netherlands, and then
yes.
I'm free to do it wherever, you know. But I like,
Come.
of course. I just wanted to try something in the country where I am first, just to
That's
see it, to
okay.
get the experience, and then definitely
Come
the
to Cape
next one
Verde.
will be abroad somewhere. So I love it, and I've already seen the studio I want to be in. You know, like you've already showed me, and I definitely can see that happen. However, I
Let's
would
go.
obviously love to combine it with Kizomba since it's Cape Verde,
Come on.
and yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Have people coming there singing live while
Exactly.
while
Like
uh, while the participants are s- uh, medicined out of their mind in
no, but it's like definitely because of the music we're dancing to, like there needs to be a connection with it. Like even though we're gonna be in nature in Cape Verde as well, like on a cliff of Santantau, whatever. Um, it's yeah, it's just something that I really want to marry because we have like we're listening to all these artists and we don't understand anything of what they're saying most of the
There
times.
you go.
So
Yeah. That's awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, exciting times. Exciting
When
times.
are you starting your signups for the retreat with Judith?
Soon, I believe. Soon,
Yeah.
soon. During the summer. During the summer. It's not until October 2026.
Yeah, you got time.
That's just I got time. But I'm doing another one with a Russian girl called Polina. And she do Polina Kiss Travel, and we're gonna have a retreat in Cape Verde before. So we're doing that in January 2026. Yeah, so it's gonna be
Amazing.
super. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Super excited. It's not Be Fit and Sensual retreat, but it's gonna be like our first, test run in Capers. I'm super excited about that. Super,
That's
super.
amazing.
Yeah, and then we now it's just it's less than 3 weeks and we go on tour.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my
we go
God,
on
I need to
tour.
talk to you about that because I maybe found you an apartment in Amsterdam, but let's talk that
Oh,
still
oh,
more about that later.
please.
Um, anyway, yeah. So do you feel excited about
Super.
traveling soon again?
Fuck yeah. Fuck
You
yeah. Fuck
rested
yeah.
enough for like
No,
8 weeks?
no. No, I haven't not rested. But I was about that, about so yeah. First and first, I'm super excited about traveling. It's been a minute since I've done a tour like we're doing this year. So and I am dancing like fucking crazy right now. I'm
Mhm.
dancing more like now, this period, this last month. I haven't danced this much, like this intensely. 2011. 2011, 2011, 2012. I haven't danced this much as I'm doing right now. As in that, I dance every day, at least 30 minutes every day. Which for me, it's just crazy. It's something I never do.
Mm,
I take private classes in Funana, which is the traditional dancing
mm.
in Cape Verde. I go on cipher. I practice alone. Yeah, I love it. I love
Practice
it.
would move that soul. You're doing
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You saw I did it live, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool.
Yes, I do that. So just overall, just excited about dancing a lot more. Just so grateful. Like just a couple last week is like I'm in Cape Verde. I'm in a remote island in the Atlantic, outside of the coast of Africa, in a place where there's like 500,000 in the whole country, like
Mm.
divided on 10 different islands. I go into a dance studio. It's one guy from Angola, one woman from Japan, and two people from Santiago where I live, and myself. It's like, what are we doing? Fucking dancing. Like, what are we doing? Nothing else. Like, what's their name? It's like, I don't fucking know. Like, I know two of three
It's
of
the
three.
Angolan guy. The name is Japanese girl.
Yeah, whatever. Like, you here again? Yeah, okay, fuck it, let's get it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for dancing. So grateful for dancing.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
so good, Jeff. It's so good dancing. So I'm excited about it, pumped up, ready to preach to the world about just dance specific training. onboarding ambassadors while we're doing all of this. We are, of course, doing the retreats, onboarding clients or students, promoting the retreats, promoting the company, and then just staying cool while all of this is happening.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. We and I still need to check your dates again to see when you're here because we're going to Sweden for a bit. So we need to just check the dates. But yeah, I can't wait to see you again. Like it's been a
Yeah,
minute, and even though I see you every
minute.
week, it's just obviously different to hang out. And you have your
Course.
little niece now. She just learned
No.
yesterday to say, "I see you." And I'm like, this is so cute. So she just goes like, I see you with her little fingers. And I'm like, okay.
That's
Uh,
beautiful. T-Zer, let's move that soul.
let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
move
go.
that
Let's
soul. Peach
go.
move, peach move that soul, T-Zer.
Boom. Well, so Move That Soul is the world's first card game that I created out of a lot of questions that I collected from this podcast. So we have 70 ask cards, and if you want to train your freestyle, there's also 70 move cards. Now, when I play this on workshops, students, people that I never met, people that I've known for a long time, I usually go one round of ask cards and then one round of move cards, where basically if I pull a move card, the other person, you in this case, would pick the song to challenge me even further. And another way that you can play it is after you have done the ask round and the move round, you can start trying to ask the card by only moves and see how that goes. And the other person have to answer the ask card that you just showed with your body. You just have to see, I think that he asked me this, and I'm gonna do a solo out of it from a move card. So it's
Nice.
like next level. Anyway, we're gonna do the ask part now. I'm pulling a card
Let's get it.
randomly. Let's see. And describe a moment very recently when you made someone feel better, Sebastian.
I mean, fucking this weekend, I went to I spent a lot of time here in Cape Verde in the ghettos, in our favelas. I do my best to just be around children and yeah, just like be a part of this generation. So it's not like I'm going to give back to the next generation. It's like no, like they are our generation. They're right there. So let me invest in them. And this weekend I was in for the third weekend in a row, second weekend in a row, I think it is. I went to a place called Casalata. And Casalata in Creole, in English rather, means can house, as in like a can of Coke. So can houses is what that neighborhood is called for.
Because they're
Obvious.
only made out of
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah. Or like at least before it was like that. And now it's a bit more, but still it's ghetto. It's ghetto as fuck. It's so ghetto that every time we're there, the police comes. Like at least 2 or 3 times. And I'm there for maybe 4 hours. But anyway, this time I went and I brought pens. Maybe bought 100 plus pens. Maybe 60 pens, 60, 80 pens, some shit like that. I brought 50, 18, 16, 32 different painting books, or like books with lines, and a football. It cost like $20, all of that. And then I showed up, music was already playing, and we got busy. I got busy with the kids. We just played football and then, painted and did that shit. And yeah, I had an amazing time. And after that, I also bought a turban because I wear a turban, right? So I rock my turban. And then the week after, or the week before rather, a kid comes up to me. He's like, hey, show me your turban? Show me your turban. I'm like, okay, cool. I show him, I show him how I do it. And then he goes up to me and he do this. No, this. This is how I enter. So I come into this Casalata. So I don't go into Casalata by myself in the beginning, the first time. So they come and pick me up. There's always some ghetto kids come and pick me up. So some kids come, they say like, hey, are you Sebastian? And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And then I wear my turban and one of the kids, he's maybe 11. He comes up to me, he says, "Mainly, come here." And he just go close to me and he do this. He start to fix my turban. I fix it like this. And he's like, "Now, yes." And I just look at him, I'm like, "Thank you, brother." And then he takes me into the game.
He just fixed you up a bit. You weren't looking sharp enough for where you were going.
I wasn't presentable enough
That is
to coming into the
funny.
ghetto. Anyway, so that kid the week after, and I told him, I'm like, because he wanted to try my turban, so I put it on him. He's like, "Can I get it? Can I get it?" I'm like, "Don't worry, I get you a new one." He's like, "I don't need a new one. I take this one." I'm like, "Bro, I get you a new one. I promise." And he's like, "Ugh, okay." And like, because like a quick fact about this kid also that I got her here after. He lives alone with his mom, no father, no father figure. He has 4 siblings. He's the oldest of 4, and his mom is crippled from the waist down. So he takes care of everything. Everything, yeah, everything. And he's super sharp. Super sharp kid. Super sharp. Like it's a grown up. You're talking to a grown up. It's very interesting.
He has
Very
to
sad,
be.
obviously. Yeah, but yeah, he's a grown up.
Yeah.
He done the journey to become a man that most men don't do, right?
No.
So yes, I bought him a turban. So I bought him a turban the week after. So then there's like we're here together, like taking photos. We have turbans on. So that was super dope. So that's probably the last time I made someone like feel real happy, I believe.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great answer.
Yeah, big up Casalata. Enosh.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you kept being very consistent with that, going to schools and going to around. I
Bro,
think that is so, so nice. Like a part of me kind of wish that I did that more in Gothenburg. And even though that's not the same, like there's areas in Gothenburg where people are struggling. And I used to teach at
fuck
the
yeah.
school in the end of East Gothenburg. That used to be my area where provided culture lessons
Var?
for
Angered?
nej, Bergsjön, sista
Okej.
hållplatsen, Komettorget.
Nice.
And when I got there the first time, I was shocked. Like I've never seen worst conditions in they call it the Million Project, where they just like slapped up apartment buildings, and it's just so badly done. Like that I was in shock, and I got in to the little yard of these apartment buildings because the school is in the middle there. And I got stopped by a kid right away. And he's like, where you going? And I was like, oh shit. Like, okay. Never been through that before. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm a new teacher at the school. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you can come through. And I was
You're
like,
allowed.
whoa, like it's the kids that are
Yeah,
the
there's levels to
runners.
this
So,
shit.
and yeah, that's the part that a lot of people don't know about Sweden, is that there is also areas where there's no mixing. There's like the kids that are born or raised in the city center or in the rich areas, they are not allowed to take the tram out there. But this the other way around too. The kids that are born and raised in the far end of these tram stations, they are not allowed to go into the city.
Yeah.
So when I asked them, I remember asking them, where are you from? What city are we living in? They didn't say Gothenburg. They said
Bergsjön,
Bergsjön.
bror.
Yeah, that's the city that they live in. That's the area. And
Mm.
so it's not the same, but I do remember feeling that you feel that there's an endless amount of work that can be done. And
Yeah.
maybe giving out some pens would have also
Yeah,
made
but
it a little bit, yeah.
that's the thing. That's the thing, and I say this to so many Cape Verdeans because I get very grateful for this. I get a lot of support and love on social media for the work that we're doing. And it's like, oh, but what can we do? Like, oh, I want to do the same. Like, do you have a GoFundMe? Do you have is there an organization? And I'm like, bro, there is no organization. It's like, oh, I want to do the same. Just do it. You're in Cape Verde every year. You're
Yeah.
in Cape Verde every fucking year. You don't need a whole, put a speaker, have some popcorn, and kids will arrive.
Mm.
And that's going to cost you, popcorn costs what, $5? 4 euro? 4 euro?
Mm.
And then you play with the kids. It's like, it's literally that simple. It's
They
literally
just
that
need
simple.
healthy grown-ups
They
that
just need healthy
are
people.
they are
It's like
interested in you, you know.
that's it. They just need to feel what do you say? Noticed. They just need to feel noticed. It's like I see you. They would just want to get seen. Every time I do this, every time I do, I don't know how many times I've done it. I've done it an endless amount of times on 3 out of 10 islands. Like I've been to four. Like and three of them I've done this type of work on. And every time there's always one kid that is just like sticks to your leg. It's like, why?
Yeah.
He don't know your name. He just feels that you're a good person and just want to be around good
Yeah.
energy because he likes it. And that's as
Yeah.
simple as that. But it's been very interesting doing all of this work because I'm doing it for them, but it's like I'm doing it for myself. Why? Because I feel fucking great. It's like
Yeah.
you tell me I pay 20 euros and this is the feeling I get back from of course it's like I feel an inner calling to be there for this current generation and the children and from just impoverished neighborhoods. It's like of course there's a calling inside of me, but if I ignore that and I say like I can get this feeling and I pay 20 euros. It's like I pay that 20 euros every day. Like if there was a drug that would make me feel like that for 20 euros, I buy that shit every day. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like, it's so little. I don't need like a big fucking video production and then all of these things. And, you just show up and then here we go. It's like what
It just
happened?
costs time, and I think that's what people
An hour,
um
an
yeah,
hour,
yeah,
an
but it's
hour.
yeah. I
People are
think that
just
that's what
lazy.
people, you rather donate and not take that hour, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, I'm mostly the same. So like, I also feel like, oh, there's already an organization supporting kids in Gaza. Let me just donate, like that, because
Yeah,
what else? How do you help,
you see?
But no, that's really good. Okay, pull me a card. So
Put your card. Here we go. Does your my turn says, does your cultural background influence your dancing? If so, in what way?
I think we talked about this before. Um, Swedish culture depends on. So if we're talking from a dancing aspect, I was already interested in dancing, but my primary school teacher was a Swedish traditional folk dancer,
Oh,
and she made us have a Swedish folk dance twice a week in the schedule of school.
that's awesome.
And she made us perform. And so she would bring us to these. So in Sweden, traditionally, you have something called dansbanor, and it's basically a wooden deck, usually
Yep.
without any roof, and then there's a little house in the end of that wooden deck, a round wooden deck with usually like a fence or no fence around it,
Yeah.
and in that little box, a little like a little bird home, that's where you put the musicians usually, and then around on this round wooden deck you dance traditional Swedish folk dance, which is always in circles most of the times. And yeah, we would perform with that, and I think that already then there was this sense of like, even though it wasn't my favorite music, it was like definitely a really fun activity to do all
Yes,
these.
of
And
course.
once you did it, and once you knew what to do and the shapes and the going into couples, going in only women or girls and boys, like it still was a very bonding activity that we had to do, which was amazing to do off schedule, even though everyone felt a little bit awkward touching each other because it was like, ew, the boys bacteria kind of thing. um and a part of me thinks now when I do couple dancing that like, oh yeah, I did that, like
Yeah.
I did that from I was like 7 years old.
Yeah, of course.
um I didn't continue, but it's definitely something I'm grateful that I did once upon a time.
Yeah.
And when it comes to other part of Swedish culture, I mean, I wouldn't say so much, as in like Swedish people in general are a little bit more reserved, and I'm not that person. Um, when it comes to appreciation for nature and like being able to grow stuff and going out to forest and knowing what to eat and so on, like I do have my basic knowledge, and I think it is purely because I'm Swedish, you know.
Yeah.
But in connection with dance, I would say the Swedish traditional folk dance might be my only connection to it. And that we also have traditions around dancing. Like we have Midsummer, where we collect in groups, like a whole sect or cult, and then we dance around this pole, with a pole, like a flower pole with two rings on it. It looks like a Christian cross with two rings on it. It's nothing to do with Christianity. It's like an old tradition about fruitfulness and harvest and so on. But it is a giant penis if you look back at the history, and we're dancing around it in circles, and we have certain songs, and there's
What do
certain
you mean? If you look
moves.
back to history, it's a giant penis. That is actually the where it comes from.
Yeah, I think
Midsommarstånd.
so. Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea.
No, you didn't know? Okay,
I
well,
have
I
no
think
idea.
it is. I think it's like a very pagan symbol for that. Maybe
Fertility.
I'm wrong. Maybe I need to
No,
check this
it
up, but I
could
heard this
be.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And basically it has nothing to do with Christianity. It's a pagan tradition. But we do it to celebrate the summer solstice, and you dance around it, and you have flower crowns, you have this pole decorated with leaves and flowers, you race it together in a traditional way, and then you have that traditional folk dance band that is playing live music so that you can dance to it. And we do it with kids, with
It's cool.
grown-ups. So, I mean, yeah, that's, I guess, is a part of the
Ah,
tradition. Now,
sup
a
now?
lot of grown-ups are
Little did I know.
drunk, but that's also
That's
part
what
of the
we do.
tradition.
That's what we do. We're Swedish. We're Swedish. That's awesome.
Abe, thank you for
Thank
today. This
you.
was amazing.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
yeah, we have some upcoming episodes. We're going to release some good interviews we've done lately.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
excited for people to hear
Super
about them.
excited.
And if there's anyone out there that wants us to interview somebody, drop us
Please
in the
let us know.
comments below. We would love
Please let
to.
us know. Awesome.
Until then, ciao, ciao. Much
Ciao.
love. Don't forget to click subscribe, comment below, and give us a rating or review. We have a Facebook page, YouTube page, and we are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and all the other podcast platforms. We also have an Instagram, so don't forget to tag us in your favorite episode and share it with the world, because we read all of it.